Hello, 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 and thank you for tuning in to Dantian Energy Presents numero 30. I appreciate you being here in the present moment, or in any moment. This is Dantian Energy Presents, and I am your host or coach, Dan. Each session consists of approximately 20 minutes, and we're meeting at 7:15 today, but generally we meet at 7:30 weeknight. Each Dantian Energy Presents consists of a brief warm-up, then a topic of discussion, a guided meditation, and finally, some parting wisdom. So let's go ahead and get started with our tune in and tune up, which is any form of expressive movement you would like. It could be shaking, dancing, tapping, whatever feels good to you. As we introduce today's topic of discussion, self-love. May I allow self-love? May I appreciate self-love? And may I let go of self-love? Awesome. Perfect. And now a moment of stillness, and also a great opportunity to set an intention for your practice. Maybe a dedication or purpose, anything you would like to apply. And sealing that intention in with a deep breath in. Long breath. We'll next remind ourselves this valuable reminder. The real meditation is how you live your life. Perhaps wise words by John Kabat-Zinn. Self-love. Our topic. What is self-love? Well, one definition for self-love is regard for one's own well-being. I like this definition. Regard for one's own well-being. Another definition is love of self. I always think these definitions are kind of cheating when they use the words in it, but one way to define self-love is love of self. And finally, another way to define self-love in a destructive sense would be inflated pride. Generally, though, when we're referring to self-love, we're referring to the positive aspects of it. Why? Well, for one, self-love can help us achieve and understand freedom. Self-love can help us gain freedom and liberation. Self-love can also help us gain insight. And by this I mean seeing the world as it truly is. Self-love can help us see how interconnected we all are. And self-love can also help us see the ever-changing nature of reality. Finally, self-love can help us with compassion, the regard for well-being of others and ourselves. How do we learn and gain more self-love? One wonderful way, and this is research-based as well, is loving kindness practices. So we do those at the end of our meditation. But there is infinite forms of loving kindness meditations, which research also supports, can increase self-love. Going further, really any form of inner work, the kind of deconstructing, reconstruction of our inner realities, can help gain self-love, or even just understand self-love. And finally, tying in our why is also our how. Compassion. Having compassion for others and ourselves, and really dissolving the barriers between the love and regard. All great ways to exercise self-love. You, yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. That is a rough Buddha quote. I'm sure that is a mixed match, but I think the essence remains the same. You yourself, as much as anybody in the universe, is deserving of love and affection. Wonderful. Now we'll begin our meditation on self-love. Find yourself into a comfortable meditative position, whatever that means for you. Your position or posture in meditation may be the object of your meditation. And we'll first begin by paying attention to our senses. Seeing whatever is arising and apparent in our visual fields. Next, hearing the sounds of our surroundings. Now touching whatever we are touching and feeling. Next, tuning into whatever we may be smelling. Smelling the smells. And finally, allowing, accepting, and appreciating whatever we are tasting in this moment. Good. We'll tune into our sense of space, our proprioception, orientations in space. And finally, turning inward, our inner sense. And as we continue to turn inward, now may be a good opportunity to gently close your eyes, or perhaps a gentle, fixed gaze. And we'll first begin with a foundation of our breath. Paying attention to the breath. Simply experiencing, breathing. Perhaps beginning feeling wherever we feel the breath the most. Noticing it. And expanding our awareness through the totality of breath. In breath. Out breath. Perhaps a moment of stillness. Breathing at our own pace. Breathing into the belly. Feeling the gentle expansion of the belly, all directions. Soft belly. Gentle belly breathing. And as we continue, remind ourselves that if any point we would like, we can always return our attention to the breath. So let's first begin by introducing into conscious awareness self-love, whatever that means for you. There is no right self-love or wrong self-love, simply self-love in any way. Allowing, appreciating, and accepting the initial experiences of self-love. We'll continue to expand our conscious awareness from our breath to throughout our bodies. Perhaps starting at our fingertips and working our ways up through our hands and wrists, forearms and elbows, biceps, triceps, up into the shoulders, through the neck and jaw, tongue, feeling the face, scalp, wrapping around to the back of the neck, releasing any tension, down to the shoulders, upper back and chest, down to the belly, lower back, sit bones, bang bone, legs, knees, calves and shins, ankle, feet, all the way down and out through the toes. Feeling as much as you are able from your head all the way down to your toes, and perhaps back up again. Noticing anywhere in the body you may be feeling particular sensation. Allowing, accepting, and appreciating. Turning towards any sensations or lack of sensation with love and kindness. We'll continue to expand our conscious awareness from our body and its physical feelings to any feelings at all the complexity of emotions in totality of human perspectives. Allowing, accepting, and appreciating whatever we are feeling in this moment. Good. And now, I would like you to feel, and I would like you to feel into self-love. Feel the feelings of self-love, whatever that means for you. However you may feel the self-love in you, into you, through you, and by you. Any ways you may feel the self-love or self-love in any way. Feeling the feels of self-love. Good. Perhaps taking a moment to notice how our feelings have changed from one moment to the next, and how that has changed our conscious reality. Good. And next, we're going to engage with the mind. Engaging with the mind observing mind. Any characteristics of mind, the weight of mind, the movement of mind, fluidity, any and all things observable of mind. How do we observe mind? Good. Now, using mind, let us bring to mind the greatest detail imaginable, self-love in any form. Everything imaginable of self-love. Self-love in all of its details. Freely creating self-love. Good. And now we will do something different. You may begin with that self-love you created and expand to all of the self-love in all of the universe, any way you may imagine and be able. All of the self-love in all of the universe. Infinite, complex self-love. Interconnected self-love. Yet unified under its one true nature of being self-love. Good. And now, just as we have brought self-love to conscious awareness a few times, let us let self-love fade to nothing. Self-love to nothing. To nothing. And we'll begin wrapping up our practice with a loving kindness practice. Let's first begin by bringing to conscious awareness an object with which we connect with very easily, and offering love and kindness in any way. Good. And next, bringing ourselves into conscious awareness and showering ourselves with love and kindness in any way. And next, bringing to conscious awareness someone who has helped you or assisted you lately, and offering them love and kindness in any way. And now, bring to mind or conscious awareness an individual or circumstance in which you know is having difficulty or challenge or suffering, and offering love and kindness in any way. And next, bringing to conscious awareness someone you connect with very deeply and very profoundly, and offering love and kindness in any way. And finally, bringing to conscious awareness an individual or group or setting or whatever that has positively influenced your life in one way or another, which you would not otherwise take a moment to offer gratitude, appreciation, and love and kindness in any way. And as we begin to conclude our practice, may we remind ourselves to turn towards reality with an allowance, an acceptance, an appreciation, an effort to see life as it is. And as we gently return our awareness to our surroundings, in our bodies, and our breath, perhaps finding some gentle movements, may we thank ourselves for taking the time to honor ourselves in the present moment. And now, for some parting wisdom. One of my favorites. There is a story of a farmer whose horse ran away. That evening, the neighbors gathered to commiserate with him since there was such bad luck. He said, "Maybe." The next day, the horse returned. He brought with it 6 wild horses, and the neighbors came exclaiming at his good fortune. He said, "Maybe." And then the following day, his son tried to saddle and ride one of the wild horses and was thrown off and broke his leg. Again, the neighbors came to offer their sympathy for his misfortune. And he said, "Maybe." And that day, the conscription officers came to the village to seize the young men for the army. But because of the broken leg of the farmer's son, he was rejected. When the neighbors came to sew, unfortunately, everything had turned out. He said, "Maybe." Thank you all. It is an honor and pleasure, as always. If you got anything out of it, think about liking, commenting, sharing. My goal, our goal, is to connect with as many people as humanly possible, so anything you do helps achieve towards that goal. Much love, appreciation. As always, best ventures. Until next time, take it easy. Adios.